Sid, this is a message from Washington, D.C.
We wish to get into this on certain arrangements can be made for an executive session. I believe that question touches upon a highly sensitive and classified area.
It's a message from Washington, D.C.
So may I request that you not touch upon that, sir.
This is a message from Washington, D.C.
I believe that question touches upon a highly sensitive and classified area. So may I request that you not touch upon that, sir.
This is a message from Washington, D.C.
We wish to get into this on certain arrangements can be made for an executive session.
But I'm sending it from London in occupied England. From under the shadow of a giant cockroach. Well, someone in England is trying to sell us fallout shelters with chemical toilets for $1,000 apiece. After all, they say, look at Hiroshima now, a thriving business community making a hefty profit, and not necessarily labor-intensive either.
No. I personally guarantee it. He's ready to be turned over to his American operator.
And I, being personally responsible for Soviet security in the entire eastern seaboard of the United States, refuse to turn him over to his operator until at least one practical test has been run. You say the man has been built as an assassin. Very well then. Let him assassinate someone.
I'm shocked that a security officer with the responsibility you hold would risk a mechanism as valuable as Raymond.
Scarred, abolished, never apologize, never explained. Discard, abolished, never apologize, never explained.
Of course you have Raymond.
Discard, abolished, never apologize, never explained.
Raymond has been a crack shot since childhood. Out of sheer nervousness.
You yourself admit the man has not killed for over 2 years. I assure you, Doctor, conditions offering minimum risk can be arranged.
All right, if you insist on this foolishness, have him kill one of your own people here on a steel floor.
I would. Gladly. Our table organization happens to be under acceptable strength as it is. Why can't we be reasonable about this? Why can't he kill some non-productive person on the outside?
or 5 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz. Or 5 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz. Or 5 kilohertz. Or 5 kilohertz. Or
Raymond.
5 kilohertz.
Very well then.
5 kilohertz. Or 5 kilohertz.
Now, as I will detail below, the CIA's involvement with illegal drugs is extensive. The history of the MK-Ultra programs and similar so-called experiments are fairly well known as a result of the church hearings. And now it is also well known that the Contras were being funded largely by the proceeds from cocaine sales in the United States. Yet everybody always says, just like they have always said, that the CIA has expunged that renegade, cowboy element, and that nothing illegal is going on anymore. Oh no, all those little aberrant incidents happened years ago. Nothing like that happens nowadays. Yeah, right. Actually, just like they were in the 50s, the CIA is on the cutting edge of drug research. Remember now, it has always been a matter of national security to find a set of drugs that can perform certain tasks, such as eliminating part of a person's memory. After all, there are people walking around right now with matters of extremely important national security just sitting there in their heads. Sometimes these people fall out of our control. And just like you can't let a piece of crucial technology fall into the wrong hands, you can't let a person with crucial pieces of information fall into the wrong hands either. So now, if they could just put together some kind of substance which could be administered more or less without harm, that is, without serious side effects, such as would be left by a lobotomy or by one of Dr. Cameron's nice little patterning sessions.
Working undercover as a secret operations officer for the CIA.
Discard, abolish, never apologize, never explain. Discard, abolish, never apologize, never explain. Discard, abolish, never apologize, never explain. Discard, abolish.
Deep in the record, deep cover action is obvious, both known to the person or persons who have complete command. Information accumulates in certain individuals and inevitably is spread from source to source. Practically exchangeable like hard currency. Innate strategically sensitive information from the minds of key persons is crucial to our national security. So you should think about this, because I have seen myself certain instances of memory loss in certain somewhat sensitively placed individuals. It isn't that uncommon if you just think about what you hear in the press.
Extremity of the clandestine.
Or unknown ways of getting rid of more than just your memory.
Fear. You
After the trouble with the youth movement in the 60s and 70s, the government noticed that certain types of drugs had an excellent ability to stifle dissent simply by pacifying their subjects with pleasure-inducing substances. The recent appearance of many chemically sophisticated pleasure-inducing drugs appearing on the black market lately, as well as the relative indifference of today's so-called Gen X youth, and I think you have the makings of a mass attempt at pacification through chemical assuagement. Now, money is a kind of drug in itself. It has addictive qualities, and pleasure-inducing qualities, and painful side effects, just as does any drug. But money is a drug the CIA has been seriously addicted to for years, and it is in part what has led them to in turn become addicted to drugs. The Jones for money has led to some serious misbehavior on the part of certain CIA operatives and affiliates.
And they should stand face to face.
An informational essence of monetary transactions have to dominate, so have certain persons unexpectedly come into certain positions of power as a result largely of physical and logistical proximity to certain crucial information conduits. Individuals to create, monitor, and improve various means of production, and the fact that information is itself inherently volatile, and hence has the ability to be copied and stolen without detection, it is possible for monetarily and politically impoverished persons to gain access to tremendous resources of power and political leverage.
You are a witness.
Insurgency. Without regard to ideology or...
I have a busy night ahead of me, all right. And as soon as I think I'm safe, I call the emergency number that Ryan gave me and make my report to the FBI.
Yeah, press record. Yeah.
Starting from its finite input memory card to place in order to the internal statements written, show that the size of the generated search tree can be well described by the theory of branching processes.
And this is a memory with a very important piece of...
Mission 4 shows that the associated Dalton-Watson branching process described in the appendix as a branching probability distribution defined by 6 with the expected value in variance u equals sign 1 and SIT and equals sign 9/8 respectively. The branching process is written. The random trees produced by model and by the associated branching process are not exactly the same as random variance. The reason for this is that in the branching process, the branching probability distribution for a given node
Giving down and continuing here. A little bit of counter radio there for you folks. Unfortunately, the mind cancers that I've been injected with before the last broadcast have left me a
although still relatively weak, is stronger than the 14.6 additional bits controlling the output. The associated branching process is now subcritical.